You've done a good job saving and you have a sizable amount set aside in your RRSPs for retirement. But how do you take this money out tax efficiently? This is the part that so many people get wrong and why you hear so many people say they hate RRSPs. If you make a withdrawal from your RRSP, the amount withdrawn is added to your taxable income for that year. However, if you're already retired, there's no rule that says that you have to make a withdrawal. This changes when you turn 71. At that age, you have to convert your RRSP into a RRIF, and the following year, you're going to be forced to make your first mandated withdrawal. The mandated withdrawal is an amount that you're forced to take out on an annual basis. Now, this amount is determined by your age, and there's a certain percentage that you're forced to draw, and as we can see, as you grow older, this amount increases over time. Since withdrawals from an RRSP or a RRIF are taxable, some retirees will try to defer these as long as possible and live on other sources of income in the meantime. For example, Rita was 60 and had just retired. As we can see, the majority of her savings were in her RRSPs with a little bit of money in her TFSA and non-registered account. To keep her tax bill as low as possible, Rita decided to draw on her non-registered and TFSA accounts first in retirement, as they would be more tax efficient than her RRSPs. By implementing this strategy, we can see that Rita's RRSPs keep growing over time as no withdrawals are occurring. Eventually, when she's 71, she's forced to convert her RRSPs into a RRIF, and then she begins making withdrawals the following year. This created a couple issues. Since her RRSPs kept growing over time, this also meant that she would have a larger RRIF when she eventually made that conversion. This led to substantially higher mandated withdrawals, which could potentially push her into a higher tax bracket and potentially affect her government benefits like old age security. The second issue that Rita created was a huge tax liability. As we can see, at the plan's end, Rita still had $1.67 million left in her RRIF. Upon death, this entire amount would be taxable in 1 year. Assuming Rita is an Ontario tax resident, she's looking at a tax bill of 53.5% on the majority of her RRIF. Had Rita passed away sooner, her tax bill would have been even higher as her RRIF would have been worth more. After factoring in taxes, Rita was leaving an estate of $798,000. Rather than waiting to make withdrawals from her RRSPs or her RRIF, Rita would have been much better served to make withdrawals sooner into her retirement to smooth out her income over time. But how do we know how much to withdraw every year? $20,000, $50,000, $100,000 from her RRSPs? This is the part where I can cheat a little bit and use our fancy planning software to determine the optimum amount that Rita should have been withdrawing once she retired at 60. In this scenario, Rita should have been targeting an income of $84,000 per year. To generate this type of income, Rita should have been drawing on her RRSPs much sooner. As we can see, by the plan's end, Rita's registered accounts have all been used up, and she's left with her TFSA and non-registered accounts, which are going to be a lot more tax efficient from an estate perspective. By implementing this one simple change, Rita is able to leave an estate of just over $1.2 million. That's an increase of $400,000 compared to her original plan. You might be saying, well, Mark, that's great, but I have no intention of leaving such a large estate. And that's completely fine. But having a good retirement withdrawal strategy in place means that you're paying less taxes throughout your retirement, which allows you to spend more of your own money as well. To figure out what income level that you should target in retirement, check out this video. Hit that subscribe button and we'll see you next time.